So with the idea of goals and revenue, you're able to start putting in place those things that you need to do over the course of the year, every single month, to help you reach your goals. By being able to have your goals and revenue in place, we're then able to figure out, okay, what do I need to do to reach my goals? And what do I need to do to make revenue? And so what I want to do is talk a little bit about, revenue generating milestones. And so the biggest thing that you want to do is identify your top 3 goals. What are the top 3 goals for your business? So, for some of you, it may be, to sell my product to 100 schools, to sell my product to 100 nonprofits that serve high school age girls. So that may be what one of your top 3 goals are. Another example of a goal is to be able to raise $100,000 for my business. That would be a top goal. Once you have identified your top 3 specific goals, you're then able to go into more detail around the specific activities that are needed to help you generate your short-term and long-term revenue. So if your big goal is to serve 100 customers, the big goal is to have, in however much money that you'll bring in from serving 100 customers will be your end big revenue goal. But you'll have short-term revenue goals of how much money you want to be able to bring in every single month. And when you're identifying your different activities, they should all fall into certain categories. So you want them to fall into the categories around personnel. You want them to fall into the categories around, product and service development. You want them to fall into the customers around marketing, operations, and funding. As you're able to figure out from those different categories, you're able to break out every single month, how much do I need to be doing in this, and how do these different categories rely on each other? So when your goal is, let's say in June of this year, is to launch a new product, what do you need to be doing over the course of the next 3 months to get you there with the product, with marketing, with any type of structure that's needed within your operations? And one of the things that I want you to realize too, so for me, I created this robust document that allows you to actually keep track of all of this. And this is the same document that I had to use when I was raising money for my software company. So this is the same plan that I had in place with helping me to raise the $500,000. But part of what I really want you guys to know too is that this is a working plan. So you don't just create it and then revisit it in 12 months. You should be revisiting this every single month, and checking to make sure, are you making progress on your plans? Are you on track? Are you behind? And why are you behind? Because when one thing gets behind, that impacts your other goals. And one of the other things that I want you to realize too is it took me 6 iterations of this plan before I finally received funding for my business. So when I first came up with writing out, what I thought that I needed, it was a good start, but it wasn't what really was going to get me to the revenue generating milestones that I truly needed. In addition to, it wasn't fully what I needed to get me the funding from investors. So I had to draft this 6 different times over several months with my advisor before I finally got to the point of having a solid plan with these revenue generating milestones that my investors were happy with, that also was going to take my business to the next level. So I want you to just realize, like, it's going to take you time. And you ideally want to be able to work with someone who has experience, who has walked in your shoes, who can really give you that guidance.